Yo, what's good, gamers? It's Addy here. We're going to be doing a Trailblazers Inferno. I wasn't really sure I'd be doing this. I've been doing these on stream daily, and this is not on stream, of course, but wanted to get a clip for YouTube, I guess, just to have a long-term clip, or a whole run, I guess. Because these are pretty interesting and unique and very different from regular Inferno now. This isn't going to be a speedrun by any means, but it is going to be about 40 minutes, and to put it in perspective, in the main game, the Inferno record right now is 48 minutes and 10 seconds, or around that, 48 minutes. So this is by default 8 minutes faster than the record would be on the main game, and this is by no means the fastest run or anything on Trailblazers. That's around 32, 33 minutes right now, but it is still really damn fast. And this is the gear that I'm rocking up with. Regular Void, can't get elite with the regions that I have. Got draining strikes with the range relics, so I'm running the blowpipe. Minimal ancients usage, I'm trying to use only 50 blood runes per run at most, and that's just because if I run out of bloods I gotta go get more, got no GP, so yeah, it's a little bit rough, but we're making it work. Crystal Armor is for Zuck, this is the best in slot for Zuck. Dark Boat is for the corners at Zuck. Bandust for late wave tanking. And yeah, I mean, you don't really need any food or any supplies, it's just extra stuff to get you through. But it's a pretty fun run, and I'm gonna be giving as much commentary as I possibly can, although as it is usually with these things, you start two-ticking or you start flicking NPCs and your brain goes out the window and you can't do anything, so but yeah, I've had to adjust my playstyle a lot to get in alignment with how League Inferno works, so it's very playable, but it is a little bit awkward at times. The good news is, 0 flicking, 0 effort, and pretty fun. Due to the no effort, of course. I can literally just cap my prey here. The hardest part actually is, since I don't play with the NPC death plugin, it's I've got to manually click every single thing and right click it. Which, yeah, it's annoying, but you do get used to it. A lot of us have been wondering how bad it's going to affect us when we get back to the main game. Because I haven't done any Inferno on the main game since the league started. And my goal right now is actually to get the pet before I stop on the league. I'm about 33 KC right now, so this should be 34. And I just currently flat out refuse to do Inferno on the main game, because I know that the way I play and the way I've been learning to play now for the league is gonna mean that everything I do on the main game is basically wrong, or not good in a way that will help me get KC. I must say that the league has definitely helped me in terms of being more aggressive and just having the confidence to go and set up 2 ticks for fun, because I know if I make mistakes, I can just go and get my HP back because of the draining strikes. So it's going to be a double-edged sword. I'm going to be playing a little bit better in the main game in some ways, and then I don't know, for resource management maybe I'll be playing like ass. It's hard to tell. A lot of the very early runs that were done on the league were done with chins. And sadly, we're back on ancients now. Spent such a long time catching chins. Oh, I guess I'll freeze that. This is the right-click bullshit that I have to deal with, but it is what it is. Been learning the XP drops as well. Every 640 is a 10 damage hit, so yeah, it's mega raids, but again, a little bit of brain play, a little bit of practice, all pays off. There's definitely better builds I could have done for speed. I kind of had two goals in the league. One was to try and get some really good times in the Inferno, and the other one was to go for Pet and high KC. Turns out the likes of Intoxicated and Rocket have been gaming way too hard for my liking. And so I won't be going for KC in the league anymore, sadly. But I'm still going for the Pet. If I get the Pet in this run off stream, yeah, we're gonna have words with Jagex, because as great as a clip would be for YouTube, it would be a little bit sad. Main game I had Pet on my ult and my main in 7 KC and 10 KC respectively. So this is technically the driest I've been for a Pet, but see, a lot of the run here is going to be relying on this blowpipe, just blowpipe everything basically. Considering it's one tick blowpipe, it's stupid strong. Stupid strong. And there are situations where I can practically AFK. And that's without burning spec as well. Start adding spec to the equation, well, things get even easier. A lot of people have been asking, is this even useful? Like, what do you learn from doing? Can you learn anything from doing this? And like, could you practice Inferno in the main game by doing it on League? Answer to that one is a big fat no, I'm afraid. At the time of this vid, it's what, like the 22nd, so I guess you could make an account to get practice on League, but the reality is it's easiest to practice Inferno in the main game. Everything here is just so different. Like, again, I haven't flicked prayers at all. I'll turn the main prayer off for a little bit. That's about the extent of what I'll do there. Yeah, great pathing, thank you. Look how quickly it dies as well. 5 minutes 30 seconds to get here. This is with adamant darts, by the way. I'm going to be moving to mithril darts at some point. Got about 1,000 left now. Yep, 900 left. And you use about 150 a task, so... Please die. Even the mages die super quick in this. Another interesting thing here is that it's a lot better to blowpipe the mini blobs. Than to barrage them. Since of course blowpipe 1 tick if you're rapidly moving between all of them, versus the 5 tick barrage, it's just better. This gets a lot trickier later on though. I think we are very off tick with that blob. We'll get that fixed. I say as I take a hit. Wouldn't believe how difficult it was adapting to the first few days of this. Please die. As you can see, it's all a little bit brute forcey at times, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's gonna really mess with a lot of players going back to main game. I've played main game since the release of League. I kind of went super hard first few days, and then the first week or so, and then after I was kind of like done with Inferno mostly. I just set the goal of like doing lots and lots of Inferno. I had like a regen bracelet. No, I would be bringing that, but Black Hide Vams are better. So I've gone and alked the regen bracelet. I went and alked my Ring of Stone. I went and alked like just all of the stuff I had, just to buy some more Death Runes so I could do more Inferno. It's a weird vicious cycle. The worst one is when I have to use the Chaos Runes use the toggle that I get to buy Chaos Runes and Death Runes just to do more Inferno. That's the real vicious cycle here. That one's a weird one. Oh, missed that hit. Missed that too. And that probably. Yep. And it doesn't even matter. Quick melee safe spot. Ooh. Yeah, sets up a melee safe spot with the ranger, then kills the ranger. Massive brain gaming right here. I've been hard AFKing these in the brain. It's just sometimes it's difficult. I'll safe spot that blob. The real fun begins, of course, with the Ranger and Major waves. Spare me. I do think mini blobs are the worst thing now. With no chance to kill them anyway, it's just super re. It's just crazy, like this there are times where things just die so quickly, especially with specs. Like that melee didn't have time to move before he died. It's just silly. It's good fun though. Another really interesting question is what has more skill in terms of like how you play, and the answer is probably you can get better times, right, in the league, but you can definitely have a higher skill cap in the main game. because you have more available ticks to work with, you need to be more careful with your time and how you move, and carefully for run energy. There's no stand needed here and all that, you know. Got to monitor a whole lot of things, including, well, stam. Excuse me. Right, onto the mages. At a comfortable 13.5 minutes. Pretty standard time. So these guys, much like the rangers, their counterpart, they just die. Blowpipe accuracy must be in the 90%, if not higher. It's just dead. Imagine with a Slayer task, imagine with an Anguish, imagine with Dragon Darts. Yeah, everything dies. With this setup, I actually can't quite DPS Jads through their healers, but people who have those things, they can do. So it's pretty significant. In the next 2 or 3 minutes, my ability to talk is going to go out the window entirely as I start two-ticking everything. It's pretty chill up until now, but once the brain gets kicked into action, it gets a little bit harder. And for what it's worth, if anyone's interested, I'm doing these daily until I get the pet, so... Ability to talk is now gone. Must kill Major. Yeah, I am doing these daily, and on stream of course, so... I'll leave the link to my good old stream in the description. For those who haven't checked it out, which I think is about 3 people. If anything, I imagine people are coming here from stream, not vice versa, but for the YouTube lurkers. As you can see, the entire Inferno becomes 2-tick simulator. Not that main game is any different, but like... It's really 2-tick simulator. Because you can get away with 2-tick mistakes as well. Like if one of these blobs is hitting me, it doesn't matter. Currently they're okay though, which is nice. If only the main game was like this, just absolutely AFK gaming. Maybe in a couple of years with some new items it might be, but no, it's not too bad. And nice 2-tick. I've begun 2-ticking like everything outside of the game as well. Or outside of the Inferno, rather. Even like shit like in chambers, just like flicking vanguards, I'm suddenly 2-ticking them. It's really, really weird. Come here, buddy. Yeah, just letting bats hit you, straight up just 2-tick through it, absolutely problem solved. Very silly game mode. This is another thing you can do that you can't do in the main game. You can just kill stuff. Doesn't matter if the Major respawns it or even if the that was great timing, buddy. Doesn't matter if the Major respawns it, doesn't matter if you take hits doing it, it's... You can kill it again so quickly. If you're going for like a really good time, then, you know, you should avoid it, but... For these runs, it doesn't matter what you kill and when you kill it, as long as something is dying. Let's get the fuck away from that melee. Ooh. Again, another 400 mistakes, and we're still 99 HP, or about to be. There we go. So, we're slowly getting to the more interesting side of things here. It works. Drag that bat across. I think the one takeaway overall from this is that you can just be... Oh, that's... Nice little zero. You can be hyper aggressive in these runs. Like hyper aggressive. But with yeah, as long as you have the Drain Relic anyway. Anyone's wondering about why those relics, why Drain and why Range? Range because one-tick blowpipe. And Drain because if you wanted to have an explosive weapon, you could just bring Shins. And so that relic isn't really that useful. Ow. Didn't really mean to pull him across there. And if you were to take the spec relic, well, the spec increase isn't that big a damage increase as opposed to having just infinite HP and whatnot. Oh, we're onto Mage Range now, so we can start to do some fun stuff like this. Nice little off-tick. You can do this in the main game. Of course, you can use the same off-tick methods. And in fact, of course, the NPCs don't change, so... The only difference is if there's a blob attacking you in the main game, you want to reset your off-tick, whereas for this it doesn't matter at all. Need to drag him in another tile. There we go. And that makes for very, very easy solutions. And again, killing that ranger. Oh, I really almost got away with it, but killing that ranger, even if it does respawn as it did, it takes like 3-4 seconds to kill. So Not that I should have done that, but hey, not really punished either way. I think that was a nice hit from the ranger there. So I have an off-tick blob here. Doesn't matter. I can just DPS through it. It's the great thing about the league. I don't even have to pray against the blob here if I really don't want to. It'll hit me, I'll just get my HP back. It's very silly. Not that you should not pray against blobs, but, you know, should you wish to be a true Chad, you can just sit there. Oh, it's such a shit spawn. It's actually a really shit spawn. The bat in front, we're gonna do some really fun shenanigans of running back a tile here. Let's see if the blob is on-ticked. I think so. Yep. Yeah, so much fun. And again, the entire wave is just a big 2-tick thing. It's not like boring to do these, but it does get a bit repetitive. I'm limiting myself to 1 a day just on stream so I can have a bit of content to start off with before I move to some main game stuff. I'd go insane otherwise. Please don't kill. I have a bad feeling that Manta Ray is going to go largely untouched over there. I've been super stingy on supplies and food and everything as well. There's a reason why I was bringing 2 brews and 2 Karamjas with me just to have some nice combo eats. I can't even afford that. I've got like 3 Karamjas left. I'm just super lazy now. To be totally honest, I want this league to end so I can go back to main game like properly, because I'm kind of refusing to do main game Inferno as it stands. It's gonna be too weird to really do. Too much adaptation to the old way of life. Crap in the melee. But that's a really nice off tick there. Very nice to learn if you're going for speedies. Because this guy can't see you when you move to that tile that I'm clicking on here. Just gotta go back there on the tile. Oh, on the That's gonna hurt. Oh, another 0 from the Major. We're getting spared today. Two 0s from Majors, seems good. I'm not getting those flicks correct, I just getting lucky, but no biggie either way. Oh, it's cancer. It's not too bad, man. Can Blob see me? Don't think so. How are we looking? Wave 60, very good. Oh, wrong pro. Really meh. I feel a sneeze coming. Gonna deal with the Nibbler. Gotta get him early, otherwise the travel time of that arrow takes way too long to get there. One of those little things you gotta adapt for the league. Trash. That's another very awkward wave. Should be dead. If I remember XP drops, I do. I'm gonna have to leave that Manta on the ground at this rate. It's kind of depressing. Don't need any more slots. I guess I can kill a range bot dose for what it's worth. Okay. And we should be nice and home clear. Yep, that Manta's getting left behind. At this point I like to take off the boots, or around about this time anyway. Because they're negatives, so... Yep, that's dumb. How not to do wave 63 on main game or league? Cool. I could use the Manta actually. Let's see what we're working with. Free wave, nice. I'm gonna put you somewhere I don't need to worry about. Might even yoink the Manta. And what do we got? Yeah, that's about as cancer as it gets. Everything literally spawns south on me. I think I have to kill this, otherwise the ranger won't slide too well. Is that okay now? Yeah. Fun game. And I get to use my Manta. That restore won't be touched either. It's just there in case bats strain me to all hell. Righty. Shouldn't have done that. I normally reserve the spec for Zuck, so that was really stupid because now I'm only going to have one spec with the Dark Bow. Brain sometimes just doesn't think. Alright, you all need to die. See you later. And the good thing about the mages here is that, once again, it doesn't really matter what I kill and when I kill it, I can just happily slap him to death. And even if he respawns, it doesn't really matter. Not under pressure from HP, supplies, time, yeah, just click him again. Good to go. Even got the damage onto that major, which is kind of rare. There we go. 5 seconds lost, no biggie. Now for Jads and Zuck, this is where the big fun begins, although it only lasts for, what, like 4 minutes? But we just get to chill and flick Jad and let him, I don't know, just sort of nuzzle our faces. Any big nuzzles? There he is. Ooh. Healers are literally just tagging an AFK. Yeah, really, really fun, wow. Ooh. Yeah, that's Jad, and just do 3 more of them, and then... It's really silly, but... If you haven't seen this on Twitch or YouTube yet, then... Well, yep, now you have. It is exactly as stupid as you'd expect with a 1-tick blowpipe. Right, that is triple Jets. And they're gone, just like that. Right, hi Zuck. Zuck here is like a minute and a half, maybe like 2-minute kill. I've been leaving just the Jad alive and healers alive because... Yeah, you could leave mages alive, but it's kind of effort. Dark Bow for the corners. 1636, nice hits. There's a couple of weird things you got to do stepwise to make this work, but again, you get used to it pretty quickly. And Dark Bow for the corners. It's not that good, but it's kind of fun to use, and the spec's really good, so... It's not uncommon to no-set here with this gear. I've got about 4, I think, so like 1 in 10 chance. A little bit off this time. Yeah, so unfortunately we're not going to get a major Jad skip today. We'll save those for the main game speedruns. We're just going to go kill him. It just makes the success rate that little bit better. There's no reason not to, considering how fast you can kill it. And we have the good stuff. Another nice spec, 28, 27. I don't think regular Dark Bow is worth it, but specs are definitely good. Hey Jad. Tag Jad, leave him alive. Let me just do a regular Jad skip. See if we can proc it here. If I proc it here, that'd be good. There we go. Just watching that Jad now. Listening very carefully to that attack. Doesn't seem to want to range me, so that's nice. There it is. Watching that HP. Should be fine here. I'll trigger a Manta. There it is. Maybe one more, just for good measure. So there we go, a nice sub 40, pretty chill task. If this gives me the pet, I want to save it. I want to save it for stream, but at the same time, there's no way. Please don't give me the pet. Okay, we're fine. We're good. We get to do it on stream. Yeah, so that's that. Just a nice little quick run. I've got my setup here that I can even TP to get a new task with all the runes in the inventory. That's why it looks kind of weird. Just going for the free Slayer XP, I guess. I'm up to 66 now, so 66 mil, 126 mil range. I'm not going for points this league. I don't care about the trophies and stuff, so just fun to go get tasks, I guess. Plus the pet rate's better. But yeah, that's about it from me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the run. If you haven't seen it before, then yeah, it probably looks a little bit crazy, but I promise you, main games are definitely harder to do in terms of speedruns, but you can just get better times here because better gear and relics, of course. So yeah, from me and Vanica, that's all. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye.